Okay guys, I do apologise, I did have a bit of technical difficulty. So we've got Dylan in first place, followed by Scott Fenton, and then obviously Chris Cleaver, and then of course Andy White up into fourth place. So I do apologise if you missed some of the racing. I had technical issues where I couldn't change to the drivers. So yeah, as I say, I do apologise. You've got Terence in fifth place, followed by GT Racer, and the pit lane window is now open. As I say, it is going to be interesting to see what happens. You have got I believe Rodo in sixth, then you've got Jack, then you've got Bluefin, Love Frequency, and of course Ben Smith, and of course Dan and Doug Idle bringing up the field. As I say, I do apologise. I did have technical issues. I couldn't change to the cars that I wanted to, so it wasn't the best. So I do apologise if you wanted to see the race itself fully, but hopefully we should be okay now. We should be good to go. But yeah, as I say, we've got at the moment we'll go to the battle in front at the moment. We've got Dylan followed by Scott Fenton. We'll try and go through the battles. I believe there's a bit of a battle between Jack and of course Bluefin and Rodor into the midfield pack, should I say. So it will be interesting to see what happens here, and we'll go through anything that we need to know within the stream. So we've got Jason Grant trying to make a move on Jack there, and we'll see what else is happening. I believe we've got Silver Carter trying to chase down Biggin, the Mercedes, the Aston Martin versus Mercedes battle. I believe he's got Scott Fenton trying to chase down Dylan, but at the moment you've got Jack and Jason Grant battling out far and wide, but they're also going to be latching onto the group. I believe at the moment Ben Smith is trying to chase down Love Frequency. Doug's got past Dan for 12th place, but we'll look at the battle if we can, as Terence is running a bit wide. You've got JWE and of course Bluefin getting past Rodor for potentially in for 6th and 7th place. So you know, you've got the Frequency in the Lexus behind, and of course Ben Smith in the Ferrari in 10th. You've got Doug Idle in the Mercedes in 11th, then you've got Dan in 12th place. But at the moment you've got Jason Grant trying to make a move on Jack there, but you've also got Rodor trying to make a move, and it is going to be spectacular if Jason Grant can get past Jack. But going into the chicane at the moment, the McLaren is close, but he's not close enough at the moment. He's actually trying to get past Jack there at the moment. I believe 60 Silver Carter has a drive-through penalty. I don't know what he's got a drive-through penalty for, but he's got a drive-through penalty. Andy White is now up into third place. So I believe Chris Cleaver's now going to take his drive-through penalty, which is now going to push up Terence up into fourth place. Chris Cleaver is taking his drive-through penalty, which brings up Terence up into fourth place at the moment. Then I believe there's a battle brewing between Dylan and of course Scott Fenton, but at the moment Scott Fenton is a bit far behind, but Terence is now fourth place. And then you've got Jack and of course Bluefin and of course Rodo battling for potentially 5th, 6th and 7th. But Silver Carter, Chris Cleaver's drive-through penalty has now cleared, so it will be interesting to see what is going on. But believe at the moment you've got it's cost him time, so he's, you know, Chris Cleaver is now down into potentially 11th place now. He's got Dan behind him, and he's also got Doug Idle in 10th place at the moment, and then you've got Ben Smith, of course, Love Frequency battling away. But you've got this battle between Jack and of course Jason and of course Rodo for 5th, 6th and 7th at the moment, but I believe Rodo is gone off track in that GTR, which has brought Love Frequency and of course Ben Smith towards that battle. But you still got this battle between Jason Grant and of course Jack there for 5th and 6th. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Terence is up the road in the in the 22 McLaren, and then you've still got this battle. This battle's galore between Jack and of course Jason in the 2 McLarens. We'll try and keep an eye on this battle, and then we'll go through the field with 41 minutes remaining. Jason Grant tries to get to toe and gets the link going into turn 1. He's going on the outside of Jack into turn number 1 here. Is he going to make the move stand? Yes, he does. Jack looks like up here and he's struggling at the moment, but Jack's going to come back at Jason there. We'll see what goes on. And I believe Jason Grant has the position. Love Frequency and Ben Smith are going to have a bit of a battle. We'll see. We'll try and catch up with the battle in a moment. There's a slow car in, I believe it's sector 2, I think, but Scott Fenton is trying to chase down Dylan at the moment. Andy White's trying to catch up to these guys. He's in 3rd place at the moment in the Aston Martin. Then you've got Terence in the McLaren, so the 22 McLaren leading the 23 McLaren. Then you've got Jack and behind Jason at the moment. You've got Love Frequency in the Lexus. Then you've got Ben Smith in the Ferrari. Then you've got Rodo in the GTR in 9th. You've got Silver Carter that's got past Doug Idle for 10th place. Doug Idle is 11th, and you got Dan in the McLaren in 12th place. But at the moment we'll concentrate on this battle between Jason Grant and of course Jack. We'll see what happens. We've got 40 minutes of racing remaining, so it will be interesting to see. As I say, I do apologise, I had technical difficulties on my behalf, so we missed a bit of the first bit of racing. So it'll be exciting to see whether Jason Grant can hold off Jack. So the McLaren's battling out for 4th, 5th and 6th, but I believe Terence is up the road. And then you've got Love Frequency in the Lexus here, trying to chase down Jack at the moment. We'll try and see if there's that battle. But you've got Scott Fenton in 2nd place, and Dylan in 1st place at the moment, followed by Andy White, that's in 3rd place in that Aston Martin. But you've got the 2 McLarens, and obviously Terence is 4th place at the moment. But you've got Jason Grant trying to eke out now the gap of Jack there for potentially 6th place. So it is going to be interesting. You've got Love Frequency in the Lexus just behind at the moment, but you've also got Silver Carter trying to now gain onto Rodo. I believe Rodo is struggling a minute in the GTR, but Jack, I believe Chris Cleaver, should I say, in that Mercedes AMG is trying to chase down none other than Rodo in the Nissan GTR. You've got Doug Idle still in 11th place, and of course Diddy in 11th. But we'll go back to this battle. I believe now the tyres would be up to optimum temperature for the Nissan GTR at the moment, but so far you've got Ben Smith and of course Love Frequency, these two from the Porsche Caymans, battling away to see what will happen. But the Lexus versus the Ferrari as we go into the final turn here at the Hungaroring. So so it's going to be spectacular. The track is 39 degrees and the air temperature is 30, so it is quite warm today. It will be very warm in them cockpits, I must admit. You've still got, I believe, Jack and of course Jason Grant battling away, but I believe Rodo is coming under fire from Chris Cleaver. As Chris Cleaver tries to make a move into turn 1, he actually does it out on the exit of turn 1, but Rodo is up, but Chris Cleaver's there. What a move. But then you've got Chris Cleaver now in 9th place, trying to chase after Ben Smith. That's chasing after Love Frequency in the Lexus. Then you've got Jack and of course trying to chase down Jason Grant for potentially 5th place. Love Frequency is also chasing after Jack there in the McLaren, so the Lexus slowly but surely will be filling the McLaren's mirrors. And then you've also got Ben Smith also battling away. So it is going to be battles galore with 36 minutes remaining on the clock. We'll see if anyone's going to make any moves. Doug Idle is in pit lane. I believe he's making a pit stop, so that brings up Dan into 11th. I believe Rodo's now still trying to chase down Chris Cleaver at the moment, and we'll see what happens within this battle between the Mercedes and of course the Nissan. You've still got Ben Smith there trying to chase down Love Frequency in that Lexus. So you've got the Lexus and the McLaren battle as well as the Ferrari. I believe Jason Grant now has escaped from Jack there in 6th place. You've got Love Frequency. Doug Idle is out of pit lane. I believe he's out. Yes, he is. He's out of pit lane. He's just getting lapped from Jason Grant there. And then you've got Silver Carter, but you've also got Ben Smith trying to chase down Love Frequency, so we'll see what goes on. I believe Andy White there is still 3rd place. Scott Fenton is about 4.2 seconds from Dylan at the moment, but Doug Idle's had a bit of a moment there. I don't know what exactly happened, but it's had a bit of a moment going out of one of the turns. I believe Jason Grant was delayed in that within Love Frequency, now trying to chase onto the back of Jack 4 potentially, as Ben Smith makes the move on Love Frequency. What a move there by Ben Smith, and he's now going to be chasing down Jack 4, potentially 6th place. So it's going to be interesting to see what Ben does in the Ferrari. Jack's around here, but then you got Silver Carter in the background at the moment. He's going to be Chris Cleaver in 9th place at the moment, but he's going to be chasing down, I believe, Love Frequency. He's going to chase down Love Mecca in that Lexus any moment, but so far we'll see what goes on. I believe Jack is now going to be trying to chase after Jason Grant, but you've still got this battle. You've got Ben Smith in the Ferrari still trying to chase down Jack in the McLaren, and then Love Frequency in the Lexus behind Ben at the moment, and you've got Chris Cleaver in the Mercedes AMG still trying to chase that Lexus. But it's going to be exciting to see. I'll try and go through some of the battles if we can, but this battle at the moment between Jack rather, and of course Ben Smith, and of course Love Mecca, and of course Chris Cleaver there. So we'll see what happens with just under 33 minutes on the clock. It's going to be interesting. You've got Ben Smith running a bit wide there, which is allowed Love Mecca to try and close onto the back of him. As per usual, it is going to be spectacular stuff. So you've got Ben Smith followed by Love Mecca in 7th and 8th. You've got Chris Cleaver in 9th place, followed by GT Racer, and then you've got Diddy in 11th, then Doug Idle. That's about 2 laps down, I'm afraid. in that Mercedes, but I believe Scott Fenton still trying to chase down Dylan in that beautiful green Porsche. Andy White's in pit lane, which is going to allow Terence up into third place at the moment. So strategies galore will be coming. Bluefin will be in to fourth place. You've got Ben Smith followed by Low Frequency, and Silver Carter there just makes a move on Low Frequency in the last corner. Silver Carter will be now fired up after his drive-through penalty. So you've got Silver Carter there trying to jump into position where you've got Jason Grant in fourth place, and then you've got Jack in fifth, then you've got Ben Smith in sixth place. But will it be sixth or will it be seventh? Because you have got Silver Carter in the Mercedes pulling alongside the Ferrari, trying to make a move. He makes the move, he makes it stick. What an absolute move. So Low Frequency is 8th, then you've got Ben Smith in 7th at the moment, and then obviously Rodo in 9th. But 32, car 32 is big, and he's got I believe he's got a stop and go for speeding in the pit lane. So Andy White's night will get from bad to worse. He's now got a stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane with 30 and a half minutes remaining in this race. So this is going to be spectacular. You've got Jack in the McLaren trying to chase down Jason Grant, but Jason Grant's roughly up the road here, but he's going around the final hairpin. You've got Silver Carter, aka Chris Cleaver, chasing down Jack Evans, sorry, for 5th place at the moment. The Mercedes versus the McLaren. This is going to be spectacular stuff. You've got Ben Smith in the Ferrari being chased by the Lexus of Low Frequency, and then obviously Rodor in the Nissan GTR, and you've got Dan in 10th place. But Silver Carter, Chris Cleaver, tries to make a move on Jack into turn number 1, but he thinks better off not. We'll see if he can make a move going down into the second turn here. As he thinks about it, is he going to make the move? You've got Low Frequency thinking about making a move on Ben Smith in the Ferrari, but so far you've got Silver Carter, Chris Cleaver chasing down Jack for 5th place at the moment. Is he going to make the move stick? You know, this is spectacular racing from these guys. We've got Jason Grant in 4th place at the moment. We'll go back to this battle between obviously Jack and of course Chris Cleaver. At the moment Chris Cleaver thinks about making a move into the chicane. This is going to be spectacular. It can be interesting. Let's have a look at what goes on. But you've got Jack there holding off Chris Cleaver. Ben Smith in the Ferrari still trying to eke out a gap from Low Frequency in that Lexus. You've got Andy White